Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by My Gear Vault. Do you know that homeowners or renters insurance you have that you think covers your gear when you leave the house or are on a job? Yeah, well, most homeowners policies end when you leave the house, and most won't cover you if you're using your gear for a job. Now, I personally use a business owner's policy that I got through My Gear Vault's partners. If you're in the US and don't have insurance, download My Gear Vault right now. Click on the insurance tab to get a quote today. First up, if you're someone like me who jumped right on purchasing the brand new Apple MacBook Pro with i9 processor, only to find out that it had a massive flaw, causing it to get nowhere near the advertised speed, and we're contemplating returning it, well, you can now breathe a sigh of relief because Apple has patched the issue. If you aren't familiar with this story, early benchmark tests showed a major issue where the processor was being throttled almost instantly when CPU-heavy tasks were being performed. This caused a major uproar, causing many people who bought the new laptop or who were considering buying it to have second thoughts. It also gave all the Apple haters out there a chance to leave a negative comment on my vlog about why I personally purchased it. It took Apple a good 5 or 6 days to come out with a fix as well as an apology, and we should probably call that an Apple-G, Steven. Apple-G. Apple says, and I quote, following extensive performance testing under numerous workloads, I wonder if porn is one of those, Steven, we've identified that there is a missing digital key in the firmware that impacts the thermal management system and could drive clock speeds down under heavy thermal loads on the new MacBook Pro. I've installed the patch and can tell you my computer runs so much better. Actually, I have no clue if it runs any better because I just use it. I don't test it. Who here wants a smartphone that has a 48 megapixel sensor? I do. Steven, put your hand down. Sony has just announced a 48 megapixel CMOS half-inch sensor, which is the first to utilize an ultra small pixel size of 0.8, whatever that symbol is. Now, I did look up that symbol and it means micrometers, meaning my is a little over 1 micrometer. How many penis jokes can we possibly have, Steven? Sony says these days high-end smartphone models require even greater imaging quality from their cameras. The new Sony sensor features 48 effective megapixels, a pixel count which rivals that of high-performance SLR cameras, making it possible to capture beautiful high-resolution images even with a smartphone. Shut your mouth already about rivaling SLR cameras. Let's see. Do I want a 42 megapixel A7R3 or a 48 megapixel smartphone? Your puny half-inch sensor isn't in comparison to an SLR, but hey, if you put 48 megapixels in my cell phone, I'm gonna use it and get great pictures. But wait, there's more!
Hi, Billy Mays here!
This sensor can capture 4K video at 720p at 480 frames per second, has phase detect autofocus, and HDR imaging. Sony says this sensor will start shipping in September with a unit price of, Steven, is this right? It says that a unit price will be $27. Now, don't think that you can just buy one of these off the street because you're gonna have to crack open your next phone to rip one of these sensors out.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Nikon has made a huge announcement announcing that they will be announcing something new at a later date, so be sure to stay tuned for that announcement.
Cannonball!
In all seriousness, they actually said a lot for saying very little. Nikon Inc. is pleased to announce the development of a next-generation full-frame mirrorless camera and Nikkor lenses featuring a new mount. So this finally confirms that they will have a new full-frame mirrorless body, they will have new full-frame mirrorless lenses, and they will have a new mount. I'm sure some of you out there are wondering, will you be able to use your older Nikon lenses on the new body? Well, Nikon says an F-mount adapter is being developed that will enable the use of a wide variety of F-mount Nikkor lenses with the new camera. So there you go. If you were wondering, you now know. You will be able to use most of your F-mount lenses via an adapter on the new body. Now, I know some people think you will lose functionality when you use an adapter with your older lenses. Now, that's more of an issue when you try to adapt your lenses to another system via a third-party adapter. In this case, Nikon's making native adapters for their Nikon Nikon lenses. Nikon also went on to say they will be continuing development into their DSLR cameras and lenses. Yes, it does seem like Nikon didn't give us very much, but in reality, they gave us a lot. We don't have any information on when the camera lenses and adapters will be hitting the market, but like I've said in the past, I think it's probably sometime around Photokina. Now, I did make a dedicated video where I go into a little more of my personal thoughts about this announcement, which you can check out at the link down below, or go to FroKnowsPhoto.com to see that video. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. I almost fell over. To check out the last photo news fix, go ahead and click on the screen somewhere around here. And don't forget to leave some comments and likes and all that good stuff. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.